On this morning show, we are here to inspire you about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business. And we'll support you every step of the way. Right in the morning. Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time to tune to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie. Oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women make it sound easy. Take it Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
Listen, it's already starting crazy. It's already starting crazy. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee with Nikkie. I am your host, Miss Nikkie, and this is your daily cup of information and inspiration. Today is podcast style. It is also a dreary day outside. It's icy, it's slick, it's crazy out there. It looks like Sleepy Hollow. So, I'm going to bring the energy. I'm going to definitely do it. I'm a little low energy right now, but I'm about to pick it up. I am definitely about to pick it up. Good morning, everybody. So yesterday, we did the 7 levels deep exercise, and we actually did the 7 levels deep exercise live here on Coffee with Nikkie, and I thought that was really good. I want to know if you were in the room, did you enjoy it? Did you go and get the template? Did you download it? Did you start filling it out? What did you do? Let me know in the chat. If you were here yesterday, put ones in the chat. If you were here yesterday and you were able to see us do the 7 levels deep challenge live. Melly Mel jumped on. We had Candace jump on, and also Metame jumped on with me yesterday so that we can do this 7 levels deep challenge. The 7 levels deep challenge is in the community, and the community is a what? Free to join. So make sure you go on to Bubble Babes, BABEZ University.com. Click community. It is right there. I also put the book where I got it from. The book is Millionaire Success Habits by Dean Graziosi. So y'all make sure you get it. It is available on Audible. You can also, I actually put the link in from Thrift Books because it's about $5. It's less than $10 to get the book. And remember what I said, wealthy people have libraries. So if you would like to start building your library, that is an excellent book that you should have in your library. So let me know if you went and grabbed the 7 levels deep challenge, and let me know if you need the 7 levels deep challenge because you haven't heard about it and you have no idea what I'm talking about right now. Let me know in the chat. I'm going to grab it right now so that you all have access to it. And yes, you have to go to the community to get it. I could easily drop the template in here, but I asked you to go to the community. That's where I want you to go. So go to the community and grab this exercise. Let me just grab this link really, really fast so I can put it here in the chat for y'all. All right, so I put it in the chat for you guys. So if you wanted to check out the 7 levels deep, make sure you go on ahead and grab it. 7 levels deep is finding the deeper reason of the deeper why. You want to go instead of just the surface level. You know, people are like, well, I want to be successful so I can have financial freedom. But there's always something deeper to what you want and the reasons why you want it. And those reasons that are deeper are going to be the anchors that helps you to stay motivated when you don't feel like doing it. It's going to help keep you disciplined because you're not going to always want to do those things that are going to get you those results that you want. You will make a way or make an excuse to not do it. And so this exercise is something for you to realize what's your deeper why, what's the reasoning behind why you actually want all these things. And that is going to help you to stay focused on the task and the goal. So that is what the 7 levels deep challenge is. And it's just a template that I got from Dean Graziosi, and it's from the book, The Millionaire Success Habits. Again, I put it in the The link is right there in the chat for you to download the template, and you just answering the question 7 layers deep, right? So it's like, I want to be successful. Why do you want to be successful? I want to be successful because I'm the only person in my family who had a business. Well, why? You just keep going 7 levels deep. And so until you uncover the deeper reason, because people just think it's a surface thing. And you know, it's deeper than the surface level. So that's what we did yesterday. So it was a really good exercise, and also the replay is available, so make sure you check it out if you missed it. Today I'm going to be talking about showing up. Okay. I was going to stay within the 7 levels, but I was like, you know what? Let me do showing up. And today is going to be very Deion Sanders heavy. First of all, I absolutely love Deion Sanders, right? And he just always has an amazing soundbite about showing up, doing what you say you're going to do. Stop acting like you're waiting for this big moment to arrive. Start acting like that big moment is now. Those type of things. And the reason why I'm so heavy on it is because I know when things come easy to people just slack. People just try to get by because it comes so easy, right? And one thing that I realized for myself as a coach is that I like to challenge you. I like to make sure that you really want to do this, and you really go hard for yourself, because this is something that you say you want. This is not, I don't run your business. You run your own business. This is what you said you wanted. And so I always try to make sure that I am challenging. I always try to make sure that that this is deeper than a product. You got to go deeper than that. Everybody sells a product. Everybody has a thing. Everybody has a thing. Okay. And what's going to make you stand apart? And the reason why I go so hard for that is because I want you to realize we are all in an oversaturated market. Everything that we do, somebody is doing. Everything that we decide that we're going to do has already been done. And so since that's the case, how are you going to stand out? How are you going to stand apart? If you don't understand that that's important, then you're going to always fail, because you're going to be like, well, nobody's buying my candle, but nobody knows you. Okay, nobody's buying my candle, but you ain't showing up. Okay, nobody's showing my candle, but you ain't posting it. Like, how is somebody supposed to find you if you're not doing the work? And it's not that hard. We just have to decide that that's what we're going to do. We have to decide, well, you're not going to have to, and let me just say this. I'm not saying come up with some way unique idea that nobody ever had, like I'm gonna have my candle burn from the other side or whatever. No, I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying have your candle, have your product, but what makes you stand apart? Why are you different? Why are you unique in the market? Again, you're not coming up, you're not reinventing the wheel. I'm making a candle, a candle is a candle is a candle is a candle, right? So I'm not reinventing that, but why am I different? Is my candle going to make you feel something else? Is my candle going to bring you joy? What is my candle going to do? You know what I'm saying? And so I always, always, always try to present that as the challenge, because I want you to think deeper than the product. It's deeper than a product. And I'm not saying you have to have this deep, profound meaning or reasoning behind what you have. I'm not saying you have to have some traumatic experience to have, and that's the reason why you created your business. Everybody's reason is not so deep, and that is okay. Everybody has a story, but your story is your story. Nobody can take away your story. No matter how you started, how you came about, no matter, why you started this business, your story is your story, and that's going to be okay, and it's going to be enough. You don't have to create some traumatic experience in order for it to resonate with somebody. If that's not your story, then don't stick with that. Stick with what's yours. You know what I'm saying? And so I say all of that to say this is the reason why I do what I do, right? Because Yes, you have something, but let's show the world why it's so special, right? You don't have to play small for anybody. That's the motto for the year, right? Your playing small does not serve the world. And so just because somebody else has a candle, that don't mean that you can't sell yours. They could sell their candle, but they ain't gonna sell it like you. They could talk about their candle, but they ain't gonna talk about the candle like you. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to understand that it is okay, but you got to be up for the challenge. You got to show up. You got to show up. And today we are going to be talking about showing up. So before we get into today's show, let me go on ahead into the chat and see who's in the building. All right, y'all. So first up, we got Latrice of Heartbeat Candle ATL. I, on the other hand, call her cousin. But here in these YouTube streets, we call her the best moderator on what? Earth, the best moderator on Earth in the building. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, cousin. All right, so we got Big Meech in the building. Big Meech said, "Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Big Meech, and good morning, Jordan. Good morning, good morning, good morning." All right, y'all. Big Meech already said it. You already know what to do. I hit the like button. I hit the like button. I hit the like, hit the like, hit the like button. I hit the like button. I hit the like button. I hit the like, hit the like, hit the like button. Good morning, Melly Mel. Melly Mel said, "Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday Eve." Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Melissa. Melissa's in the building. She said, "Good morning, everyone. I'm blessed." Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Lakeisha Keisha. Lakeisha Keisha's in the building. She said, "Good morning and happy Friday Eve. I am truly blessed." Yes, yes, and yes. Hey, you better know it. You better know it. We hit 27K. We hit 27K. Hey, we hit 27K. Hey, we hit at 27K. Thank you, thank you, thank you, y'all. Thank you, Big Meech. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Who we got in the building? We got Tasha K. Good morning, Tasha. Tasha's in the building. She said, "Good morning, Floxy." Oh, it says Flox people. Floxy people. I miss y'all this week. We missed you too. I hope everything is going well. And I see y'all posting. So listen, keep up the good work. Good morning, Christina. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? Good morning, Yolanda. Yolanda's in the building. She said, "Good morning, family." Good morning, Yolanda. Good morning. Can I call you Rose? Somebody tagged me in the real song, or I don't know if it's the real song, but I just know that whoever was singing it was killing it. I never heard past 'cause you're sweet like a flower. I haven't heard past that part because everybody who used that in their reels, that's as far as it went. But somebody tagged me. I don't remember who it was. If you're in here, let me know. Tagged me on the whole song, and I was like, "Oh, okay." It's a nice song. It's a really cute song, and the person was singing was killing it. All right. I could stay. I went into the office yesterday. I got hijacked into meetings as soon as I stepped out of my car. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Listen, I got my tumbler. Got me tripping. I'm stumbling. Listen, I got my tumbler. It is super cute. My tumbler says, "Your playing small does not serve the world." And it was from the Roadmap Party. I love it. It says, "Let's get it, let's go, and let's get it, let's go, y'all." Good morning, Facey. Good morning. She says, "Happy Friday Eve. Happy Friday Eve." Good morning, Candace. Good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? Good morning, Miss Magnie. Miss Magnie said, "Good morning, beauties. Have a fabulous day." Hey, yes, let's do it. And speak of your playing small does not serve the world. Remember, I'm wearing it. I'm wearing my "Your Playing Small Does Not Serve the World" on Thursday. I am wearing it. Why? Because I'm doing another body cocktail live And I am going to be wearing my Your Playing Small Does Not Serve the World t-shirt made by Big Meech, one of my moderators, in the chat right here, right now. It is available in her Etsy shop. If you go to her Etsy shop, Big Meech, drop your link. If you go to her Etsy shop and you go to, I think it's with the Coffee with Nikki t-shirt, but she has a drop down menu. Just click the drop down menu and click Your Playing Small. Playing Small. I think that's the name of the t-shirt, and go on ahead and get you one of those. Get you one of those. I'm wearing mine on Thursday. So thank you, Big Meech. The Sacred Soul sings that song. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see. Yes. Can I call you Rose? Yes. All right, so let's get into today, y'all. Let's get into today. This is Big Meech, but dropped her link down there, so you guys go on ahead and check it out. I am going to be talking about showing up. Why am I talking about showing up? Because there was some things that's happening, and I think that it's only right that I share that, right? I speak to you all the time about me, my son, and my son is talented. He's an athlete, but my talented people are lazy. I can speak for myself. It's everything is easy to come by. It's easy for you to learn something. It's easy for you to catch on. It's easy for you to do. And so since it's so easy to do, it's also easy not to do. But I also want to say that every time you show up, Deion Sanders was saying, you practice like you play. So when you play, it's practice, right? And so I send all of these things to my son all the time. Why? Because it's like you have to show up, you have to take every opportunity to show up, right? Take every opportunity to show up, because you never know who's watching. You never know what you can get based off of what's happening in practice. You know what I'm saying? You never know who's watching. You never know what opportunity. Maybe they see an opportunity for you to play another slot, or they see an opportunity for you to do something else because the way you going hard in practice, right? And so I say all of this to say that in your business as well, show up in your business. Every time you're doing something, it is an opportunity for you to get better. It is an opportunity for you to show up. It is an opportunity for you to make connections. It is an opportunity for you to grow. Every single time. One thing that I am learning as a coach is that people will basically give you BS, or people will basically work and just do the job so that they don't get fired. And it's just like, okay, so if you're not going to show up, then what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to show up and do the work and do it at 100%, what are we doing here? Right? And I feel it's kind of disrespectful, right? Because if I'm showing up, I show up to you. I show up every day, right? If I'm showing up every day to give you my time, you can respect my time by taking action, right? You can respect your own time, and let's just get me out of the picture and let's put you in the picture. Respect your own time and show up for yourself, right? Show up for your business. Show up for your opportunities. Why? Because you're preparing for something more amazing. You're preparing for something great. You're expecting greatness. So if you're expecting greatness, guess what you got to do? You got to put in that work ethic. You got to put in that work. You got to go hard in the paint. Because if you showing up like this in practice, when those opportunities come and present themselves to you, you are going to be prepared. You are going to be ready. You're not going to be sitting there stuttering and stumbling and figuring out what you need to say and do, because you've been doing this a whole long, you've been doing this every time you practice. Steph Curry could close his eyes and hit the three from anywhere on the court. Why? Because he practices. Why? Because it's muscle memory. This is how we have to think about our business, right? A lot of the times we just think about our business as, oh, it's just a small business, or, oh, like, I don't even know if we think outside of a sale or two. You know what I'm saying? And so I want you guys to get into the mindset of this being a corporation. I want you to get your mind, if that's what you want, right? Go where you want to go. Don't let me tell you what your goals are, but whatever your goals are, go in that direction, right? Don't let me tell you. I'm not guiding you towards your goals, right? I'm just saying whatever that thing is for you. If you want a corporation, think in that direction. If you want to just be a small business and you just want to make a few sales and this is a hobby, then think in that direction. If you want to have a few stores, then think in that direction. But whatever it is that you want, make sure that you are showing up every single day. Every single day. And this goes into the very little minor details in your business. That goes into how you showing up on social media. That goes into if you're even showing up on social media. That goes into what your products are looking like. Do you think that your products are the way they should, the way they should show up? If somebody took a picture of your product after they received it, does it look like what you want it to look like? Would it look like something that somebody else would want to buy based off of somebody else sharing their product? Now, let me share a story with you, right? I used to have labels on my Brush Me Off soap, right? That when I first started, I thought they were going to be fine. I did like photo paper labels, and we're all product makers in here, so we all know the struggle with a label, right? So I did photo labels, right? And then people would take pictures. They were loving the soap. The product was, they loved it. It was amazing. It is amazing. Excuse me. It's amazing. So the product is amazing. And the label, when people would take pictures of it after they use it, because it was photo paper, you know what happens with water and photos, right? It messes up. And so it was smears. And so the labels will always look disgusting, right? And so I'm like, nobody's going to want to buy that if that's what people are taking pictures. I can't tell them, hey, hide the top, or hey, don't do this, don't do that. I'm like, no, I got to do better, right? And so I was like, okay, so I can't do photo labels anymore. Even though, they had a nice sheen, whatever, they just wasn't protected on the outside. They weren't waterproof. And even sometimes the labels that are waterproof, they're not alcohol and oil. That will mess up the label, right? And so I was like, I got to do something different, because I can't keep on having my labels look like this. People are doing user generated content, right? They're providing that content, and my pictures don't look good. And so I was like, you know what, I got to change the label. So I changed my label, and I get a waterproof label. So now this goes back to what I was saying about the labels getting scratched in the oils and the alcohol and stuff like that. So the labels were still showing up, and they still did not look good. And I was like, okay, even though I have waterproof labels, these are not showing up the way I want them to show up. So I had to I was like, you know what? Let me buckle down, and I'm going to get some professional labels made. Now, I did get the professional labels made, and guess what? In the makeup bags, when people have their makeup brushes and stuff like that, it would scrape the ink off the labels. Now, here we go again. I still got this problem. So I was like, you know what? Let me get this laminate on my labels, because I need it to look good when people take pictures. I need to show up the way I need my product to show up the way I want it to show up, because the way that the people were showing the labels, and this took time, this took years, okay? The way that they look in other people's pictures, it looks horrible. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And so I wouldn't buy something that looks like that. So that doesn't make me look professional. So I'm not showing up as my best self. Even though I'm getting rave reviews on the soap, I'm not showing up the way I should show up. My product is not showing up like it's one of these top tier makeup brush soaps, right? And so I was like, I've got to change that. And so what I did was I had to take action, and I got these professional labels done, and I had to pay for this laminate that I put on the top. And so this laminate is just like shellac or whatever. I don't know what it's called, because I don't make labels like that. And so they put this layer of whatever on the top of it, so that the label is always protected. So no matter what, oil, alcohol, makeup brushes, scraping up against things, anything, water, oil, all that stuff will not ruin the label. So I had to pay a extra fee to have that protection on the top of it. But guess what? It gave me a peace of mind, because now my product, when somebody take pictures with my product, I'm like, oh, okay, it looks good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you have to do the work that you need to do to show up the way you want to be perceived in the world. I don't want you to look at my stuff and be like, oh, that's homemade. Yeah, I wouldn't pay that amount for that soap, because look at the label. right? So I had to step up my game and make sure that I did the work that I needed to do. How many of you understand what I'm talking about with your products now? You know that, okay, I have a good product, but I know that this could be better. I know that I could make sure that my labels look better. I know that I can improve. Like sometimes we have labels and the font is so small you can't even read it. And on some products you can understand that, but not everything, right? Because if people can't read it, they ain't gonna buy it because they don't know what it is, right? So how many of y'all know what I'm talking about as far as your product showing up, when people taking pictures of your products and it don't look like what you want it to look like? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Hi, Jordan. Where did you get your labels? I'm having that issue. I got my labels from this girl. Her name is Claudia, and she is on Etsy. She was one of my friends. She started out as a small business, and now they're really, really big. Is dot label.us, I think. Let me see. Labeling.us. 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 I think that's what it is. Yep, this is it. And just if you go to her website and you look at her website, it looks professional, it looks polished. This is not what it started like. What it started like was a little Etsy shop. What it started like was like, oh, this is a cute little shop where you can go and get labels. Right now she is running a lot of labels. She works for a lot of businesses now, and the website looks extremely polished. Like, this is the place she can rock with the other people out here that are making labels, right? She can compete with them. She don't look like a little small mom and pop little Latina business. No, she looks like she's messing with everybody. If you check out her website, you'll see that she looks like she can rock with all of the people out here, you know? So you have to make sure you are showing up the way you want to show up, because people will put a label on you even though you think you doing, well, I can't make it look like anything else right now, and this is all I have. Listen, nobody cares about that. You got to show up. How can you show up 100% every time? Nobody cares about, oh, I'm just doing what I could do right now. You have to show up as your best self every single time, no exception. Yes, you can get better. Everybody always can get better. I always say what Les Brown says, practice and practice makes what? Not perfect, but progress, right? And so if that's the case, just show up as your best self. Yes, you can improve. There's always going to be room for improvement, but just make sure, don't go into it and be like, well, I know my labels is going to scratch, so hopefully they won't show the label when they do it. No, take all of the precautions that you need so that you can fix it before it even gets to that point, right? Sometimes I'll even take my labels, and there's this clear spray that I get from Krylon, and I'll triple thick. I'll spray that on some of my labels if it's not a product that I'm going to have a lot of. So a lot of products is not seasonal. I don't want to say so much as seasonal, but sometimes I'm changing the names of things all the time, right? And if I'm going to change them, then I'm not going to get a whole run of the labels, because I'm going to be stuck with labels. I got tons of labels sitting in my garage, right? I don't want to be left with tons of labels. So I'll usually just take the triple thick and I will spray that on my labels. But because I don't want somebody to have the label and something happens and it looks crappy, so you have to show up. You have to show up. Yep. That's the name of the place, Labeling US, and they're reasonably priced. Reasonably priced. Hey, girl. Hey, Tony Metame's in the building. All right, sounds like a plan, Big Meech. Get help and reach out to someone who can help you, period. That is what we are all about. We are all about community, right? So whenever you have the opportunity, always show up. Always show up as your best self. Don't say, oh, I'm going to get better and I'm going to get better. Yeah, you are going to get better, but that doesn't make an excuse for you to be mediocre. That is not an excuse for you to be like that. It's not an excuse for you to be lackluster. Show up as your best self, and your best self can be better tomorrow. And your best self tomorrow can be better than it was the day before. You know what I'm saying? Like, show up as your best self always, right? I had a situation as a coach where I know that the effort wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't 100% effort. And so I acknowledged that it wasn't 100% effort, but people were upset because I acknowledged that it wasn't 100% effort. You knew that you didn't put in the work. You knew that you BS'd your way through this assignment. But since I acknowledged that you did that and I didn't praise it, you're upset because I acknowledge what you did. You can't do that. You can't do that. If you want to show up and you want somebody to believe you, show up, act like you want it, act like you want the thing, act like you want success, act like you want the high grade, act like you want the rave reviews, act like you want it. Don't show up and just, give anything. And that's what we're doing with our businesses. We're showing up and saying, hey, this is what I got right now. I'm going to show up sometimes. I'm not going to show up all the time. I'm not going to inform you about my products. I'm not going to inform you about who I am. I'm not going to talk about this. I'm not going to talk about that. Hopefully you'll get it. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. And this is why. And then you get to the point and it's like, well, why I'm not making any sales? Why people are not resonating with me? Why people not sharing my information? Because you are showing up half-assed. If you're showing up half-assed, you expect dope results. You expect amazing results from the lackluster effort that you're putting into something. We gotta do better, people. We got to do better. Whose business are we operating? And that's a question I want everybody in the chat. Whose business are we operating here? I didn't establish anybody's LLC in here. I didn't establish anybody's business in here. The only business that I operate and run is my own, right? Whose business are you running? Good morning, Kay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Alicia. How you doing this amazing morning? Whose business are you running? Put it in the chat. 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 Whose business are you operating? Show up in your business the way you want to be seen. Period. Show up the way you want to be heard. Period. Period. Nobody is running this business for you but you. The only person who you can blame on the results you get is yourself. You can't blame your results on anybody else. It's not the economy. It is not the customers. It is you. You are the problem. You can fix it. You have to show up. You have to show up every single day. You have to be disciplined. I don't know how many times I'm going to say disciplined. I'm going to be saying disciplined, I think, forever. Right? I'm going to be saying disciplined forever. Because you have to show up when you feel like it and when you don't, when it looks good and when it don't, when it sounds good and when it doesn't. You got to show up every single day. And every time you practice, this is an opportunity for you to get better. And I don't want to say perfect it, but this is a way for you to get better. I know one thing that I'm learning from Kay, and this is something that I know, but I don't do it often, right? Because I get in front of my people and I'm like, you know who I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't tell you my I am statement. I just go right into whatever it is that I'm doing. But there's some people that are coming in that have no idea who I am. And so I need to get into practicing this. Why? Because this is your elevator pitch, right? This is when somebody asks you who you are and what you do, you get up here and you say who I am, who I am, what I do, and who I serve. That's quick, easy, right? But if you don't understand and you're not comfortable saying it, then you're going to stumble every single time. Right? So then when the opportunity does present itself and you do get in front of those people that can potentially take your business to the next level, now you're not prepared. Why you're not prepared? Because you didn't play and practice the way you should have. You didn't play and practice like you were in the game. You played and practiced like you were at practice. And so now when you get the opportunity, that's how you showing up. Does anybody feel what I'm saying? You not showing up as your best self. You're not coming in the room eager to learn and ready to do all of the things. You coming in the room so you don't, I'm just here so I don't get fired. What's the bare minimum? Because that's what I'm going to do it. That's what I'm going to do. When is this meeting over? When is this practice over? What are we doing? What do I got to do? How many reps do I have to do? I only got to do 6. Oh, that's all I'm going to do. And then I can leave. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. That is how we're showing up in our business. If that is how you're showing up in your business, how are you expecting your customers to be so excited? You're not even excited about your business. You're not even excited about your products. Listen. Oh, that's a good one. I be forgetting to say my lines on my live. I'm adding that. Listen. Practice like it's game time. Somebody put that in the chat. Practice like it's game time. Practice like it's game time. I tell my son this all the time. All the time. Why? Because the people are watching. They say you can't do something. You can't be denied if you out there doing the damn thing. They can't deny your talent if you out there showing up every single day. They can't deny it. You have to show up. You have to show up. Everybody, oh, well, when the real thing happens, I'm going to have it together. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. When the real thing happens, you will not have it together because you don't even know what it look like, feel like, sound like. You have no idea. So you're going to be self-conscious because you're like, I don't know if it sounds good. I don't know if I'm stuttering. I don't know if, if it sounds clear when it came out. I don't know, because you're not practicing. You're not practicing. You think, oh, I'm just going to be here and I'm just going to do. But when game time come, I'm going to really show up and show out. No, that's not how that happens. That's not how that happens. Good morning, Platinum and Gold TV. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Every day is game time to me. Period. You never know what opportunity somebody could have in their pocket, and because you showed up today, they're going to take you along. They're going to take you to the next level. Just because you showed up today, you never know who you're in front of. So if there's never a time when it's, oh, I should turn on the guns. No, you should turn on the guns every day. You should turn on the guns every time you show up. Why? Because every time you show up, it's an opportunity for you to be better. It's an opportunity for you to practice. When you go live, this is an opportunity for you to speak to your audience. You're learning how to speak to your audience. You're learning how to sell to your audience. You're learning their behaviors. You're learning how to interact with them. You're learning all of these things so that when you have the opportunity to be in front of them, or you have the opportunity to be in front of an investor, you know exactly what to say because these people have been training you to get there. Do y'all feel me? Let me know if y'all feeling me in the chat. Let me know if y'all feeling me in the chat. And I think I'm like, maybe I am just too, maybe I'm too much. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just too overwhelming. Maybe I'm just too overbearing. But I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I may be, but it's all for preparation. It's all so that when you get to the main stage, you already know what it feels like because you already see it in your mind's eye. You already know what the main stage looks like. You already know what you're going to do when you get there because you've been practicing it right now. I know some people are like, I got a small business. 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 Let me tell y'all something. Alejandro, who's what, 14. Is he 14? Yes. Alejandro has been saying since he started Smell of Love Candles, I am not a small business. I am not a small business. He is like, I am not going to allow you to diminish what I have. No, I'm not a small business. I'm operating a real business. That's what he says. He ain't even 16 yet. He ain't even 16 yet. He's in school. He's in sports. He's showing up in the business. And he shows up in the business. He knows his stuff. When you speak to Alejandro, let me tell you, I met them, right? So When you speak to Alejandro, Alejandro doesn't talk to you or speak to you like a child. You know, children usually avoid eye contact. They're very, I don't want to say immature, but they jokey and stuff like that. When Alejandro is talking business, Alejandro is serious. Alejandro is giving you eye contact. He is giving you numbers. Alejandro knows his stuff. This was a preteen when he was talking this. Imagine what he's going to look like, all of this practice, what he's going to look like when he gets to the main stage, when he's able to fully operate his business as an adult. Imagine what that's going to look like, because all of this work was his preparation. All of this work was his preparation. Listen. Erika. Listen, you have to show up in your business. Stop showing up like this is practice. Stop showing up like you have an opportunity, well, I'll do it better. I'll do it better. No, do it better today. Do it better now. Because what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Somebody says something, I think it might have been Deion Sanders again. What are you waiting for? You got gas in the tank and you ain't exhausting it. What are you saving it up for? I'm not going to save it up. I'm going to use everything I got right here, right now. I got today. Why? Because what am I saving it up for? I'll gas up again. When when I'm on empty, I'll gas up again. What's the purpose? What are you saving up for? What are you waiting for? Oh, well, the world's really going to get a load of me when no, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for, sis? Let's get it now. Why can't we do it now? Why can't we do it now? I want to ask you, and I would like for y'all to answer that question. Why can't you show up as your best self now? Why not? Let me see. Like I tell my posing clients, treat practice like it's the actual show. Period. I used to be like I told y'all, I danced all my life. I was the cheerleading captain. I was the coach. Listen, I made every time we practice, you had to practice full out. People used to hate to dance with me because every time I'm like, you practice full out every single time. I don't want you going through the motions. You have to practice full out every single time. I don't care. I don't care. Because when you get on that stage, you're not going to just be going through the motions. You're going to get up there and you're going to dance your behind off. Show up full out every single time. Do that every single day with whatever it is that you have. Stop showing up in your business like, I'm just here so I don't get fired. Stop doing that. You don't show up to your job like that. And even if you do, you still get that job done. Guess what? You disciplined to get the job done, right? You're disciplined to work and do the task at hand if you feel like it and if you don't. You still do it because you know you got a check coming. Do the same thing with your business. And matter of fact, you need to do it bigger and better in your business. Why? Because a lot of y'all want to leave. You can't leave if you don't have a plan. You can't leave if you're not running your business the way you should be running your business right now. You got to be able to show up. Every day ain't going to be rosy. I can tell you that. Every day is not going to be rosy. Every day you ain't going to have a sale. I can tell you that. Sometimes it's going to be hard. Sometimes it's going to be a struggle. You're going to wonder what's happening. What am I doing? What do I need to do? Sometimes you're going to have to get creative and start saying, okay, I got to start doing A, B, and C because this is no longer working. I got to start doing it this way because this ain't happening. I got to do something different. That's okay. Challenges are going to present themselves. And that is why I show up the way I show up every single day, because I need you to think deeper. I need you to think outside the box, because it is going to get hard. And when it does get hard, you got to decide that you're not going to crumble. You got to decide that you're not going to fold because times got hard. I'm not going, because anything can happen. You could just be like, oh, well, I'm not getting sales. Well, I'm going to just let that business go to the side and I'm just going to pick up this job over here and do this and do that. And then that's not helping you to fix the situation. Yes, it helps you to, the money in your pocket. That's the situation, but you still going to operate your business in the same way. You still going to operate your business the same way. One thing that I learned in a class with Rachel Rogers is that she says, show up as you want to, show up how you want to be. So if you want to be a multimillionaire, if you want to show up as the CEO, operate like that right now. Start doing those things right now. She's like, she wanted a chef because it was easier for her to have somebody prepare the meal so that she can keep on doing what it is that she needed to do so that she could operate her multi-million-dollar company with her employees and do all these things. But she was like, you know what? The only way I'm going to be able to do this is I'm going to have to make way for this to happen, because this will take something off my plate, make it a little bit easier for me to focus on what's important to me, with the task at hand. And so we need to start doing the same thing. We want this business to run smoothly, then guess what? Start making systems where it's easier for you to operate in this business. Start getting organized, because that's one of my struggles right now. I can tell you that, because look this way. I can tell you organized chaos is something I know very well. And getting my life in order and starting to organize things is what's going to make it easier for me to move faster and to get the things that I want, to accomplish done, right? I can tell you this, yesterday I had some things that I had to get done yesterday. And so I was like, well, I have other things that I got to do. I got to do this, I got to do that. And I said, you know what? All these other things can wait, because these are the things that have to get done now. Let me do what I got to do, and then I can come back to the other stuff. It didn't take me long. It was easy just to get out of my way and to just do it. A lot of us, and I'm speaking to everybody in this room because I know how everybody's operating, stop putting things off and going ahead and get the thing done so you could get it out the way so that you could start moving, so you could get the results that you want. You should be producing content. Produce it. Don't tell me you don't have time. Don't tell me I don't know what to do. I tell you every single day. You want to simplify it? Go on to Chat GPT. Get an outline and then come up with some ideas. Chat GPT, you don't have to use everything word for word, but guess what? It'll give you an idea. It'll give you something that you could work with. It'll tell you in the range that you should be doing something, right? You don't have to do all of that. I tell you too, you have a problem with your discipline? Schedule it. Schedule your discipline. Because if it's on your calendar, then you're more likely to do it, right? So if okay, I need to post, I want to post at least 2 times a day. I'm trying to get, my followers up. I'm trying to get brand recognition. I'm trying to just really get the word out there about my brand. If that's the case, why aren't you, if you want to get the word out about your brand, but you still won't produce content? Oh, Nikki, well, my content ain't hitting. Well, if your content ain't hitting, go to Chat GPT and say, hey, Chat, I'm making content and my content is not connecting with my audience. My audience is blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Can you give me some ideas on what kind of content I should create that will connect with them? And guess what Chat GPT will give you? Answers. And guess what you didn't have to do? Him and her all day and talk about what you do. I don't know what I should do. I don't know what I should post. I don't know what kind of listen. Stop making excuses. Excuses are like, what? Everybody got one, right? So stop making excuses and get out here and do the work. Get out here and do the work and act like everything that you're doing is for game time. Every day is game time. Every day is game time. So I want to ask y'all, what's the purpose of you practicing right now? What's the purpose of you practicing? Because if you're practicing, you're getting prepared for something, right? But what is it doing for you? What is it doing for you? The purpose of your practice is to get you ready for the big game. It's to get you ready for the big game. And you every single day should be the big game. Every single day should be the big game. Because success ain't gonna happen by accident. It's not. You're not gonna rise to the occasion. You're gonna fall to the level of your preparation. So if you're not preparing and playing like game time at practice, when the opportunity presents itself, you're going to feel like you're not ready. So get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. You know what they say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. This is that. This is that. Let me know if this resonated with you today. Let me know in the chat. Let me know if this resonated with you today. We were speaking about how people are consumers of information, right? People just sit on this information, and we spoke about it being like a tool, right? The tool is useless unless it has somebody to operate it, right? And so it's the same thing with the information that you're getting. You're getting all this information, but you're not applying anything. And if you're not applying it, the tool doesn't work. So you can say something ain't working, and it ain't working because you ain't working it. Now you got to get busy. Right? Because now the responsibility is on you. You've got to get busy. You've consumed all this information. You've planned all of this stuff. You've researched every single way, left, right, up, down. You know how to do everything from this research, but yet you have not executed anything yet. So now we don't even know if this information is useful. We don't know if this information is going to work. And so the only way we're going to know is if we apply it and we work it. That's the only way we're going to know if something is going to work. So stop being just planners, and I'm going to need y'all to start executing. Don't just sit there and consume. Make sure that you execute. That's number one. Execute, don't just plan, right? We're professional planners. We got all of the things. We could research down to the ground, right? Research down to the ground. But now let's execute. Let's see how we could put this thing into play. Right? Let's see how we could put this thing into play and stop saying stuck in consumer mode. Stop saying staying stuck in research mode. Stop staying stuck in planner mode. Let's start being execution. Let's start being, I was going to say executioners, but you know what I'm saying. Let's start executing. Let's start implementing these things, right? You have to, number two, you got to push past your comfort zone. You have to push past your comfort zone. Nothing grows there. Nothing grows there. Absolutely nothing. Everything has to be stretched out, no matter what. No matter what it is, everything has to be stretched, stressed, whatever. It has to happen, or it has to happen. You have to go beyond the comfort zone. Anything is too easy, ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Because you didn't do enough. You didn't push yourself. You didn't challenge yourself. You got to get it. You got to get it, right? You got to push past that. And you have to, the last thing I want to say is you have to make excellence your standard. You have to make excellence your standard. I'm going to show up as my best self every single day. Why? Because I owe it to myself, not for nobody else. I owe it to me to show up as my best self. Period. I'm not going to half-ass something. I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to put in the work. Why? Because this is what I said I want to do. Everybody in this room started their business. I asked you, who's going to operate your business? You said you. So if you're going to operate your business, you got to operate it like with a level of discipline that is unmatched. Why? Because if you want this thing to be successful, you have got to show up. If you want this thing to work, you have got to work it. You've got to work it. If y'all with me today, say I'm with you. If you with me, say I'm with you. Game time is over. It's the big leagues. Every day is a show. Every day is a game. It's game time every day. Thank you so much, Big Meech. Hit the like button. I hit the like button. I hit the like, hit the like button. Candace says, I'm building a routine of consistency. That's why I'm practicing. Period. Listen, I was in a meeting and made sure I wore my okay. Come on, Michi Craft Corner t-shirt. Yes, if you with me, say I'm with you. And I hope today resonated. I hope today was a wake-up call. I hope today you decide that I am going to show up in my business. Even if tomorrow is going to look even better than today, I'm going to show up as my best self today. And I'm going to show up even better tomorrow because I know what I did today. And I could do better than that tomorrow. And so I'm going to do that tomorrow. And I'm going to keep on showing up like this every single day. Why? Because this is my thing. And if I don't work it, it ain't going to work. And that's all I got to say. And that's that on that. And that is that on that. Listen, it is definitely a wake-up call. Listen, we got to stop showing up like I'm just here so I won't get fired. Oh, I'll show up when it's time. No, show up now. I'll show up when it's time. Somebody told me that. It's like, this is what I would like for you to do. Da 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 da. Oh, I'm not gonna do it now, but I'll do it when it's mandatory. Oh, that's what we doing? Okay. Show up every single day like you're supposed to. Show up every single day like it's showtime. It's showtime. Every single day is showtime. Show up in your business. Show up as yourself. Show up every single day. Period. No exceptions. It's practice. But act like practice is game time. Act like this practice right now is game time. We have to show up. We want different results for 2025. We got to show up and we got to go hard. If you're going hard, guess what? Other opportunities are going to come to you. You go hard right now and you start preparing yourself for the things. Guess what? You're making way for those things. You got to make way for these things to happen. These poor habits, these poor work ethics is not going to get you better results. They're going to get you the same results. So if you want something different, you got to do something different. You can't keep being the same old you. The old you has got to die and you got to become the new you because every level you takes you know what I'm saying? Every different level requires a different level you. Every single time. Every single time. You may not know how to do it right now. You may not know how to apply it right now. You may not even know anything about what you're doing. But guess what? You can learn it and it'll be fine. You can learn it and it will be fine. If you don't know how, if you're not good at something, read a book, take a class, look at a YouTube video, listen to a podcast, get better. Because we get into a habit thinking, oh, I just don't know how to do that. I'm just not good at it. But if you keep on practicing, you can get better at it. You may not be the best, but you can get better at it. And then you can hire somebody who is the best or somebody who is dope or whatever. You can go out and find those people because now you know what to look for. You can't hire somebody if you don't know what's required, and they can do anything because you don't even know what the job entails. Right? So we have to get our mind prepared, and we have to say, whatever I don't know how to do right now, I can learn, and I can see if it's even worth my time. If it's not worth my time, I can hire out, but at least I know, okay, it's worth X amount of dollars, it's worth X amount of time, it's worth X amount of relief on my mind. You know what I'm saying? So what is it going to be worth to you? Everything can be learned. So don't sit there and think, oh, I just can't do it. It's just not me. I just don't know. No, figure it out. Figure it out. Being organized ain't me, but guess what? I'm going to start getting myself into the habit of being organized until it is me. Until it is me. So I say all of that to say, Always show up as your best self. I say all of that to say act like practice is game time. I say all of that to say you're not just going to show up when the lights come on. You know what I'm saying? You're not just going, oh, it's game day. I'm going to show out. I'm going to turn on. Wait till you see what I do. You don't even know what you're capable of because you have not practiced right. You have no idea how you're going to show up. You could be a whole flop because you weren't preparing yourself in practice. You wasn't acting like practice was game time. So you could be a whole flop when it's game time and you get out there. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like when the pressure's on you. You don't know what it's like when you're being challenged. You don't know what it's like. This is why you're doing it. This is why you're playing like it's game time when it's practice time, so that when those opportunities present themselves or when those challenges present themselves, you don't fall under pressure. So that's all I got for y'all today. Again, I hope today was good. Y'all, if it was good for y'all, say it was good. If it wasn't, say, Nikki, it could use some work. I'm fine with that too. So with that being said, everybody, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. So go on ahead and subscribe, turn on your notifications bell so that you can be notified when we go live. We go live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. We are Bubble Babes. That's B as in boy, BABEZ University, everywhere. And also, if you would like to join the community is absolutely free to join. I also have in the community the worksheet and the book. So the book that I was talking about was Millionaire Success Habits by Dean Graziosi, and the template is also in there. That's the 7 levels deep challenge. Well, it's not a challenge, it's just a template, it's a worksheet. So make sure y'all going ahead and grab that. And what else? That's it, right? Go to bubblebabesuniversity.com, join the community. It's free to join. Yep. And that's all I got for y'all today. So I will see y'all, God willing, in the morning. And if you are catching the replay, make sure that y'all put down in the chat the replay gang or hashtag replay gang. I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.